Hello everybody, welcome to Coco's Crochet. I'm Litsa and today is podcast number 120. Wow guys, I remember not long ago we reached 100 and here we are 20 episodes later. That's just crazy. So today's Thursday, the 30th of January 2025. Favorite day of the week for myself and I think a lot of us, which is so great because we get to hang out together. I absolutely love this time. Now we have quite a few things that you've all made that I'm going to share with you all. But before we get started, I'd like to wish from all of us, our wonderful yarny friend Shirley, a happy birthday for Saturday, which is the 1st of February. So Shirley, wishing you a year ahead filled with love, good health and joy. And all I can say is hip hip hooray, our friend. We love you very much and we are so happy that we are able to celebrate with you. Now you must send us some pics maybe of the birthday cake you're going to enjoy. But if you don't have time to take a photo, that's okay. Enjoy it with your beautiful family and of course Emily. So just wanted to start off by wishing you a happy birthday. Now, I have a few things that I'd like to share with you as well. It has been a very busy month, purely because I've been on school holidays, but we'll address that later. Now, before we get started, I have quite a few makes to share for Thea's up front because last week I accidentally forgot to put hers in. So I apologize to her profusely. She accepted my apology. Thank you so much. So today you will see a few extras from Thea, but at least we get to enjoy them all because I did not want you to miss out. So I'll pop my clipboard down for now and my marker and we will get started. Now, the very first thing that we see from Thea is a plant. Now, the idea started when Thea's daughter got her a tiny little skein or a little ball of that glow-in-the-dark yarn for Christmas. So she thought, how am I going to use this? And she came up with this gorgeous plant. Now, Thea does tell us that she just saw this photo on Pinterest. There is no pattern for it. She just looked and made it. I think that's genius, right? Now, the little blue bells that you see of the flowers, where the glow-in-the-dark yarn went, and they glow in the dark like little ghosts. I think that is so adorable. And the stems and the leaves of the plant have wire in them. Absolutely gorgeous. I really want to make more plants as well. I did say to Thea, and I'm not sure if I said it to you guys, I'm trying to find sales for pots now, like pot plants, pot plant holders. So when I'm in Kmart, for example, they usually sell them for around $4. But when there's a sale on, I think I'll be stocking up. $4 is still way too much, I think. Anyway, so next we have two hexicardis from Thea. Now, Thea is a hexicardi making machine. Those of you that have been with us for a long time know that for a fact. She's actually, I think, working on another two as we speak, or she may have already finished them. And they're all destined for KK and Kristen's Cal, the Hexicardi Party Cal 2025. So, you know, we've all hopped on that bus, haven't we? So Thea has, I think, crocheting for the whole family. So the first one that you'll see is a teal and purple colored yarn. It's absolutely gorgeous, the colors. You know, there's purple in there, guys. And the yarn is from Hobie and it's an acrylic mega ball. So that's what she's been using, the mega balls. And the second one, again, purple, absolutely gorgeous, pinks and greens. And this is 8-ply marble acrylic yarn. The marble yarn is that we find here in Australia in our Spotlight stores. So they're very, very pretty. Thank you for sharing those with us, Thea. And now wait till you see this guy. This is Fluffy, the three-headed dog from Harry Potter. So all you Harry Potter fans will be very, very familiar with him. Like, he looks amazing. So I can imagine how long that took Thea, probably nothing at all. But for me, getting those three heads done would have been effort. So thank you for sharing him with us, Thea. Now the next one is a Baby Yoda beanie and booty set. And it is so, so adorable. Now, Thea's daughter came to her 2 days before she wanted to give this to her work colleague and said, Mum, can you just whip me up a nice beanie and a booty set for my friend? And you know, of course Thea did, but we were both giggling thinking, kids, they have no idea, they're clueless. Do you have the yarn on hand? Do you have the time on hand? But Thea got the job done. And then next we have a whole collection of crochet donut buddies that Thea is making for our friend Sally at Nanny Moon's Crochet, her crochet along. So I think there's 12. Yes, there are 12 in this photo, and Thea says she has 7 more to catch up. So when she makes those, I'm sure she'll send them to us. I have to say they are so super cute, and I love, like I was zooming in on them, I love the sparkly ladybug or lady beetle or ladybird, whatever you guys decide to call her. She's absolutely gorgeous. And then Thea made Sean the sheep. This has got such a cute story to go with it. So the pattern is from a Crochet Now magazine. And the little sheep is going to sit in Thea's son's ute when he gets his license, because ever since he was little, he's had the nickname Sean the sheep, because as his hair grows a little bit longer, it curls up like a sheep's wool, like when it's sitting on its back. So I think that is so super adorable. Thank you for sharing that with us, Thea. So there, Thea's makes. I think I'm up to date now. So thank you, Thea, for sending them all through to us. Lots of great work there. Now, our friend Marie, she sent me her Red Heart Granny Square blanket. It's absolutely beautiful. Now, Marie said she doesn't use this yarn to make the granny squares, all-in-one granny squares. And I think I have the same color here. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Marie, or very, very close. I think that's the one you've used in your blanket, and it's called the Black Cyberleaf, which is a very beautiful yarn. And I know a lot of you have told me that you use this yarn, or shared with us all that you use this yarn and sometimes team it up with some other Red Heart yarns because the colors are very, very similar. So you're very, very lucky in the States and wherever else you can get this yarn. I think Canadians can as well, that you can actually get it and team it up. It's absolutely gorgeous. So thank you, Marie, for sending that blanket in to us. And now our friend Sandara, she has sent in 6 of her blankets, and they're destined for Boggy Creek. Now, I'm going to pop up all the photos, one after the other pretty much, and I'll just talk you through them. Now, this also was prompted by the all-in-one granny square yarn. Sandara said she had used it to make blankets, but not granny squares. Again, that theme continues with most people that we know. So here we have a little collection of the different yarns that Sandara used to make her blankets. She used, of course, the Red Heart all-in-one granny square yarn. She also used Red Heart Super Saver, Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn, Walmart's Mainstay, which I think is like their home brand yarn, and Joann's Big Twist. Now, I'm not up on the news, guys. What's going on with Joann's? Can you still buy the yarn from there, or have they closed shop? Because I know about a year ago, the same story was going around. So any of you that know, let us know down in the comments. I just wanted to say that I love them all, Sandara, each and every blanket. And I love that you've used different stitches. So you're not getting bored, obviously, because you're making an awful lot of these for donations. I love that you had the granny stitch going backwards and forwards, your continuous granny square. I love that you had the C to C in there, and I think I saw some V stitches and maybe V stitch clusters. So if any of you miss seeing those stitches up close, that's what I could see. Absolutely gorgeous. So thank you for sharing them with us. And then our friend Diane, she continues to join us in for Beanie of the Week. And last week's beanie was the Toffee Beanie by our friend Sid. So if you want any of that information, just go and see that part of last week's podcast. Now, I love this. Diane says that she's made it into the messy bun beanie version because Sid gave us that option. Diane did use some soft and sleek Hobby Lobby yarn in the color Tobacco. And I totally agree with you, Diane. It is very, very close to toffee. I always think of toffee and caramel, and that really looks like it to me as well. Diane did use her 5mm Clover or more hook. She did say that because of the yarn she used, she possibly could have gone up to a 5.5mm hook. It is a child size one. Now, I do know that you have a little granddaughter, so maybe she'll be the recipient of this messy bun beanie. And I love this. Diane tells us that she always dreaded making hats or beanies because she feels her tension is too loose and she could never size them properly. But thanks to Beanie of the Week and her, practicing and getting more experience, she feels more confident and she's no longer dreading making beanies. I absolutely love that. If anything, that is the biggest reward of all. So thank you for joining in with us, Diane, and for sharing your gorgeous beanie with us. I wonder if you'll be making this week's beanie. I hope so. And if you do, please send it through to us. Now, our friend Kim and her daughter have been very, very busy crafting as always, and we have a few things to share with you, tells us Kim. So the first thing is a beautiful knitted dishcloth, and it is made using 100% cotton from Kim's stash. And then we have a pair of knitted fingerless mitts. Now, Kim tells us that she used, oh my gosh, hand-dyed yarn from My Yarny Corner. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with that place where you can purchase the yarn from. The color is Sunset Boulevard. Comes in 50-gram balls, and it's a 4-ply, so it's quite thin yarn, quite fine. It is a blend of merino wool and nylon. They must be super soft. And then we have the cutest little gnome I've seen in a long time. I absolutely love his big nose and his beard, and of course his hat, absolutely gorgeous. Now the yarn that Kim used is Stylecraft in the colors grey, green, red and white, and that is a 100% acrylic yarn. And last but not least, can't speak, Kim and her daughter Rachel, I believe that's her name, made some lions, one each. They are so super cute, guys. Look at them. They came in a kit from a place called Cool Crafting. Very, very cool. So thank you so much, Kim and Rachel, for sharing your makes with us. And then we have our birthday girl, Shirley. Okay, are you ready for this, guys? There's got to be a drum roll in here somewhere. So these are the last 3 blankets for Boggy Creek. Now, those of you that have been here for a while know that Shirley donates so many blankets to Boggy Creek, and I wish I had looked this up, Shirley, but I think last year was something around 38 or 39 blankets. And just when you thought that you couldn't make any more blankets in a span of last August 2024 until now, which I think the deadline is, to get them to them February 2025. So that is a whole of, I think, 8 months or something like that. August, September, October, November, December. Yes, in 6 months in actual fact. So drum roll, guys, here. I'm not very good at that. Shirley has crocheted a total of 55 blankets. That is amazing. I cannot believe that. So well done to you, Shirley. You are a star. I'm sure that all those children appreciate you very, very much, and also the organisers of this drive. Well done. So let's talk about the blankets now. The first one that you'll see is a small chevron pattern. The yarn is Lion Brand Ice Cream in the colour grape, absolutely gorgeous. And Shirley used a 7mm hook for those. Now the second blanket is the blanket stitch, and I'm wondering, is that the one that you put a double crochet and a single crochet, US terminology, into the one stitch? Please let us know, Shirley. The yarn that Shirley used is Big Twist in the colour, Big Twist Rave, and the colour is Electric Slime. Absolutely love the colours. Number 3 is a C2C blanket. Shirley used Pioneer Woman yarn in the colour Coral Stripes. It's so very, very pretty. And a 5mm hook. And Emily is the inspector. So Emily is Shirley's cat. She's gorgeous. Look at those eyes, guys. And she approves. Well done. Thank you. So Shirley, thank you so much for sending in your blankets. Amazing. 55. Well done. Congratulations. And then our friend Liza, she has sent us in her adorable little loaf cat. He is so super cute. Now, Liza tells us that she used plush yarn from Millen Bags. I think that is gorgeous. And I thought I had a similar yarn to it. And when I looked through my stash, I have similar colors, but not in plush yarn. It's in an acrylic. I absolutely loved his embroidered eyes and his cute little face, his whiskers. So thank you so much, Liza, for sending him in. He's absolutely adorable. So that's it, guys. They're all of your makes. You've all been super busy, and thank you so much for taking the time, as always, to send them in. That ooh-ah factor that we all get, and, adding something else to our crochet to-do list, or a yarn that we may not have seen before or used it up a certain way. It's always nice to share, isn't it? So thank you so very, very much, all of you. Now, let's get on with Beanie of the Week. So this week's Beanie of the Week comes to us from Crystal at Bag O' Day. I think that most of you would be familiar with this beanie. I, in actual fact, had made it originally about a year and a half ago. And this is one of my favorite beanies. This was done in the Ogo yarn, and it was the bulky version of the original beanie, and it's the Bon Bon Beanie. So many of you would have been familiar with it, and I absolutely love this hat. This hat fits me perfectly, and I'm showing you this one because it is mine to keep, but I did make 2 for donations. So the yarn that I use for these, and these are a little bit bigger, so I will show them to you, but they're absolutely gorgeous, right guys? So you can see them up nice and close. I love that you work with your back post and front post and single crochets in the back loops and that, but it works up very, very quickly, and you do repeat the pattern here twice, or you can make it, you know, as many times as you wish to get to fit the size of head that you want, but this is a little bit big for me. I did use this beautiful blue yarn that I've just got in Millens. In actual fact, I should have bought it for you. I've got a duster coat made with this yarn, and also like a vanilla beanie, I call it, very basic beanie, and I have worn that so many times in the last 2 years. So I absolutely love this yarn here. It's beautiful blue. It's not a navy, it's a bit lighter, and it does have the flex in it like the tweed. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. Look at that. Beautiful, right? And I did use a 6mm hook. Now I think from memory Crystal suggests you use a 5mm hook, and that's what I think I did with the first one. But you know, people have different size heads, and as these are going for donations, I'm quite happy with the way that they turned out. So I did use, yes, my 6mm hook for those. Not the 5. I thought about using 5.5, but that yarn is a little bit thicker than a 4 weight, I think, or at very least it is a 4 weight. It's definitely not a bulky, but it's such a squishy, soft yarn. I absolutely love it. I did get it in Millens, and I think I actually have another bag that I can use. So I could even make more bags like this, or maybe even a smaller wearable, because it is super, super soft. So that's Beanie of the Week, guys. Add it to your list, whoever's making them, because it is a really, really good one. I'll see if at the end, if I pop that hat on, we'll see how we go. Now, let's address the snake in the room, guys. Now, this snake is Sarah the snake. Some of you might be familiar with her already, but there's a backstory to this, so I'm going to read it out to you. So, when I got this yarn here, guys, in Millens, over a year ago, now, you actually get it like this. Is that called a hank? I think it is. And then I use my yarn winder, Swift, not my winder, my Swift. And it is so soothing and therapeutic, guys. I balled up 8 of these because I had 2 bags with 4 in each in my Millens, because I wasn't sure how much yarn I'd be using. So I just sat there, and let me tell you, I loved, you know, just using the Swift. I do have a video on it if you are not sure how to use a Swift. So just look for it and you will just be mesmerized. I know I am. So this goes to this, and when I had first seen this yarn, that's not it obviously, because I have none of that color to show you. I've balled it all up. When I saw this yarn, immediately I thought of a rainbow serpent, and I knew it was destined to be a snake. So that's number 1. Good things come in 3s. That's where I'm going with this, guys. And manifestation is real. So then I thought, okay, I'm born year of the snake, so I really need to make a snake now, because this is the time that we're all celebrating. I think from the 27th of January to early or mid-February, all the celebrations are happening. So we really need to get on to making that snake, I was thinking, the last few days, and I was hoping to make one before the end of my school holidays. And lo and behold, part 3 of the equation, Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches, what does she do? Yesterday she puts out a tutorial on Sarah the snake. So let me get her for you, and then I'll tell you how I made her. I think she is absolutely adorable. Now look at her. She is such a nice length, and look at her very, very pretty face. I did give her a little bit of a tongue there. And look at her eyes. I'm not sure if you can tell, but they're sparkly green eyes. And I'll show you the eyes that I used. And look how long she is. Oh my goodness, I have written down, she could be a scarf. So I have written that she is, have I got it? There she is. I had her upside down for a moment. So she's 45 inches or 115 centimeters. Now I know that Jennifer made her something like 6 feet, so it's a lot longer than this, but I thought she was long enough for me. She does have a rattle in her tail. That was another thing that I wanted to make sure she had a rattle. Oh, I love that. This is so cool. And I think that that yarn actually worked up so beautifully. Now, obviously for her face, I do have a different color yarn. And I just thought that I would show you. Let's pop her up there so she can have a rest. I just wanted to show you that because I use millions for my blanket yarn predominantly, because this is what this is. So this is from this ball here. And the reason why I'm showing you is that they come slightly different. One's more rounded and one's flatter, but they still worked up together beautifully. So this is the color that I had left over from a little lovey that I had made. One of those knotted loveys. It was a fox. So I thought that that would team up perfectly with this yarn here for the snake's face. So you can see this one is rounded. 100% polyester yarn. It's classified as I think a bulky, super bulky, and usually use an 8mm hook with it. Can you see that that one is flat? And I'll put them side by side. But they do work up together perfectly. And I did use a, where is it? I think I used a 7mm hook for this. Sorry, 6.5mm hook to crochet it up. Sometimes I use a 7 when I make my amigurumi out of the blanket yarn, but this one Jen kept saying you've got to have tight stitches, so I went down half a size. Now these are the little bells that I have, the jingle bells that I have in its tail. First I put 6 of these little tiny ones in there, but they're not very loud. And then I found this one that I had used for one of my gnomes when I made the Santa gnome in his hair, cap. So I've got a little box here with them. So that was perfect. And then I remember that I had the pack of eyes that I had purchased from Temu. And these are the sparkly eyes, you know, the glitter eyes. Now the green I had was only 10mm. I was hoping to put bigger eyes on him. There are bigger eyes in here, but they're in blue. So let me show you these. If you haven't seen these before, because when they came to me, I was very surprised. I hadn't seen anyone use them. I just wanted to use them. So basically they come in 3 parts. So they come in the eye. Now they are a little bit rough and you need to like just use a nail file on them a bit, but that's okay. So that's the 10mm. And then this bit here, the shiny bit, or the glitter bit, sits in there like that. So then you've got it like that. Can you see that there? And then you've got the back. And I'm happy to say that these backs actually work, because sometimes it's very hard to get them to work. And I've got a set that I bought, oh my goodness, like 2 years ago that doesn't work very well, but that's okay. These ones do, and I have worked out other ways to use the other ones. So that's Sarah. She now lives with us, and she has been on my crochet to-do list for a very long time. So I'm very happy to be able to tick that off my list. Now, I have to say that Jen's tutorial, as always, guys, if you've never made amigurumi, this is a great start. I didn't even have to use a stitch marker after we did the face, and that's what I love about this one too. She's got a beautiful shaped face. Can you see her cheeks there? And it's just so chilled and relaxed. If you've ever done made anything from Jennifer at Cinnamon Stitches, you know how chilled and relaxed her tutorials are. This is no different. I enjoyed this project so much. In actual fact, I started at about 8 o'clock last night, and by midnight I was well and truly done. She was up here waiting to see you today, and I actually started knitting a beanie at around midnight because I was so excited that I had finished her. So yes, if you have never made amigurumi before, let's go back to that. This is a great one to start off with, guys. I highly recommend it. Now, speaking of knitted beanies, this week I managed to make 3 more, and they're all going to donations. So I've got this gorgeous one here that's like a camo color, but it's called Green Stripes. It's in the Spot Saver. I absolutely love the yarn. That yarn for the knitting machine. I've showed it here many a time. I don't have a ball next to me now, but it does behave very similarly to like a Red Heart, for those of you that are familiar with the Red Heart yarns. And the knitting machines love this yarn. So I'm not going to experiment with anything else anymore, and I will show you a fail in a minute. And look at this very nice one. This one's, I love navy blue, and this one's got blue in it as well, and blacks and whites and greys. And I thought that would be a nice one too. Oh my gosh, it's so soft. The older Spot Saver was so much better than the newer one, but it does wash up very nicely. And just a nice plain, what's this, like a jadey color? Maybe not, but it's very, very pretty. It's a beautiful color. And then I found this yarn, guys. I have one bag of millions of this. It is one of the softest yarns, but it is a bit thicker than the Spot Saver. And I thought I'd be a little bit cheeky, and I thought I'd try it through the machine. What was I thinking at midnight? But I just had to. And look how beautiful it does knit up. Look at this. But unfortunately, the machine just had enough. I could hear it, and it started to drop stitches. I did manage to pick some up. Can you see that? I'm getting better, guys. But unfortunately, it had dropped too many, and I just gave up by that stage. So I am going to unravel this, and I am going to crochet something up like this, because this is so soft and squishy. I love this yarn. I love the color. But I just can't use the knitting machine with it. And that's okay. We can't put everything through the knitting machine. After all, we are crocheters. So they're my knitted beanies going towards my community drive for the year, our winter appeal, and KK and Kristen, KK Crochet BMO hats, Bumblebees Mountain Outreach. So that's what they're destined for. And then I've got here, I'm going to show you my Made in Australia make, because we had so many wonderful entries. I hope you guys didn't miss out on that big reveal video on Sunday for Australia Day. By the way, we had an amazing Australia Day barbecue here at home. It was so much fun. So let me just show you what I made in case you missed out. But please go and see, because everyone's makes are showcased in there, and I would hate for you to miss out. So I made, you know, because of our beach culture, you know, I made a beach or poolside wrap. I'm not going to undo it all, but just to give you an idea, and all the details are in that video, but it has come up so pretty. I absolutely love this. It's so, so nice. And of course, I made matching thongs. Yes, they go on our feet, guys, because, you know, you have to be nice and stylish by the water, don't you? So that's, you know, something that we had so much fun with, guys. Thank you for supporting it. All 5 of us are very appreciative that, you know, we collaborated for this cow, and it was just so much fun. Everyone's wanting one again for next year, so we'll see how we go. Watch this space. I know that's a whole year away, but before you know, we've got to make that decision. Oh yes, and I'm not going to go into detail about my whips, because I have put out the video just showing you a little update of my whips since we all got together on the 10th of January to decide what we're going to frog or finish. But as you can see, this beautiful cushion, oh my gosh, my favorite cushion in the whole world now, was one of the highlights of that video. So if you haven't already seen it, please go and sit and watch it. You'll absolutely love it. Well, I loved bringing it to you. So that was that. I've been very busy, guys. I really have been busy. Now, the Crochet Society box number 52, that also did the reveal of the winning project. Let me tell you, that was a very controversial box. We had some great discussions around it. So thank you all of you that contributed. And if you haven't seen that one, go and watch it, guys. It's a good one. Now, due tomorrow, so Friday, the 31st of January 2025, midnight Australia time, please have all your entries in for our hashtag birthstonescal 2025 and our hashtag best dressed 18-inch doll cal 2025. So many of you have sent in so many amazing and gorgeous makes. I love the variety that's coming in for the birthstones cal. Of course, with the best dressed doll, we're all bringing in, you know, our skirts are coming across, and some have added a few extra things in there. So I can't wait to share them all with you. So they should be coming to you very early in February. Oh my goodness, so next week sometime, hopefully. And our 3,000 subscriber giveaway video, we picked the 3 winners yesterday. 2 out of the 3 have already contacted me, so that is super, super awesome. I cannot wait to get your e-magazine out to you. Now, what else do we have here that I need to... Oh, yes, tomorrow I have a very special project I'd like to share with you. So please make sure you have some time to sit and watch that one with me as well, and let me tell me what you think of it. I'm very, very excited to bring you that one actually. And that's it. That's all the crochet that I've done this week, and a little bit of knitting machine as well. As most of you may have remembered from last week, today is the last sleep before I go back to work tomorrow. So I'm so glad that I get to share my last day of holidays with you guys. I'm actually looking forward to catching up with my colleagues and meeting our new principal. So it's, very exciting times for us at our school for 2025. So stay tuned. I'll let you know how it all goes. As I touched on earlier, Australia Day was a lot of fun. We ate and we laughed and we reminisced, and it was a wonderful day. Today I went to the dentist this morning. Happy to report all is good. It was just a 6 monthly check and clean, and I also had to do x-rays because every 2 years you have to update them. So if I keep traveling this way, hopefully all will be good when I go back at the end of July. So that's pretty much it, guys. No more pajama days for me until, oh my goodness, when are we going on holidays? In April, which is going to be 10 or 11 weeks away, because that's when Easter school holidays will be on. So we'll all be very busy celebrating and getting ready for Easter as well, those of us who celebrate, of course. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I absolutely love that we can get together and share all our stories and our makes. I am surrounded by joy here, guys. I have spent so much time in my happy place these school holidays. The best thing I did was clean this yarn room up first before I did anything else. So on that note, I just hope you're all doing well and you're keeping warm or cool, depending what part of the world you're in. We have had a horrendous week this week, very quickly weather-wise. High heat, extreme storms, electrical storms, humidity, and thank goodness for aircon. So I'm very, very grateful for aircon, believe me. That has actually gone in my grateful jar. So until I see you all very, very soon, take care, everyone. Bye-bye for now.